my god, look how much TNT is raining down from the heavens. Oh my god, this is going to create so much destruction. Woo! Hey, what's up, my fellow Twisters? Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at another epic command block feature that adds in very powerful weapons into Minecraft without using any mods. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Of course, the first thing you're going to need is a command block, and you get that by typing in /give space your username space Minecraft command block into your chat, and then you get one of those. Place it down onto the ground, grab yourselves a lever and place it on the block by shift and right clicking to apply that redstone signal. And finally, enter your command block and go down to the description box down below onto the forms page and grab the command, paste it into our command block, and that is pretty much it, guys. It's one long complicated command, but you really have to do no work. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and flick that lever and it should create this gigantic command block system. And then you want to come over here to this sign which says get items, right click on it, and you should grab yourselves a villager spawn egg as well as a nether star. You want to go ahead and spawn down your villager and then drop your nether star down onto him, and he will create a weapons trader. So take a look at this, guys. That is so freaking cool. I love the actual design of this. And then to trade weapons with him, you need to basically right click on his head and then use some of our gold ingots. And using our gold ingots, we could grab ourselves the jumping TNT, the rocket box, then we have the lightning block as well as a anti-lightning block stick. Next, we have this little weapon over here, which is basically our super bow. And finally, we have a weapon called the A Lot of TNT, which is basically a lot of TNT. And finally, we have the leave paper, which is basically going to allow us to send our villager away. So let's just organize this into our inventory, and then we could go ahead and pick this back up. There we go. And then drop our leave paper onto that villager, and bam, there you go. He's back into our regular villager. And if you want to get the items again, you can just right click on the sign to get that nether star. Alright, so let's go ahead and test out these items. The first one is going to be the jumping TNT. This is kind of self-explanatory from the name, but it's really cool, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's spawn one down. As you can see, the TNT starts jumping around, and what's awesome about this is that it has a random distance it can travel as well as a random duration, making it very scary because you have no idea where and when it's going to go off. So as you can see, that took quite a while, and I could spawn down another one and you'll see that it will not even be close. So that one went off super fast, and the first one took quite some time. Let's go ahead and spawn on a bunch of these and see how fast it would go off. So there you go. That is a bunch of random jumping TNT. They all kind of exploded very quickly, but we have one rogue TNT kind of off on his own going to torture someone. So there you go. There is the explosion, and now we could go ahead and take a look at the next weapon, which is going to be the rocket box. One of my favorite weapons in this entire system, and the rocket box is basically going to be this cauldron that spawns down a bunch of water particles, and those water particles are basically TNT Rain. So they're getting into position right now, and once they are in position, they will start raining TNT. So it's going to be quite a while, but any second now, it should go ahead and activate the TNT. And let's just wait for it, and bam! There you go, guys. It is now raining TNT. Oh my god, take a look at that. Absolute destruction is kind of, you know, raining down on the map because it's of course TNT Rain, and it does a lot of damage for that one singular weapon. So let's go ahead and take a look at maybe 9 of these combined into one. So 9 rocket boxes, guys. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and finally 9. So this is going to go off slightly kind of delayed because I kind of messed up the placement of it, but let's go ahead and wait for it, guys. 9 of our rocket boxes are going to go off, and it's going to be freaking epic. You can see all the particles in the air right now. This is just not going to be good. Alright, so any minute now. There we go. That is the first one. Oh my god, look how much TNT is raining down from the heavens. Oh my god, this is going to create so much destruction. I mean, come on, guys. Look, it's still raining. It's still spawning down. That is just freaking magnificent. Oh my goodness. Alright, so that is basically 9 of our rocket boxes. It does quite a lot of damage, and it's very good for griefing or whatnot. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This is going to be a lightning block, and the lightning block is quite different from the 2 other ones we took a look at, because the other ones included TNT, but this actually includes lightning, of course, and this is not an offensive weapon. It's kind of defensive. So you can go ahead and place down our lightning block onto the map, and it spawns down a bunch of lightning on that area, as soon as you place it down, you have a few moments to run away. But what's cool about this block is that, as you can see, we have a block spinning inside of some glass, and whenever a player goes next to it, not mobs, but a player approach the block, it basically starts spinning up, and then lightning spawns down in that area yet again. So that is a really awesome way to defend your home if you have a bunch of these scattered around, creating a very deadly and secret hidden like minefield, and that's definitely going to be pretty cool. And if you want to cross our minefield of, say, lightning blocks, you could grab yourselves an anti-lightning block stick, and you can walk up close to it, and as you can see, it will spin and the lightning will never go off. So that is one way to enter your own home without dying. Now, what's cool about the anti-lightning block stick is that you could use this to destroy our lightning block, and then we could pick up the spawn egg back again. So next up, we have the super bow, and this is definitely deserving of the name. It has infinite durability, which means it never breaks, as well as it has increased power, as well as knockbacks. If I go ahead and hit that villager, as you can see, he will get basically shot back into the distance. It does about 15 hearts of damage, but it does not kill that villager for some reason, because he's probably superhuman. And also, there's a nasty surprise when you do miss the mobs, because it actually rains arrows. So if I go ahead and miss that one, as you can see, it will start raining arrows from the area that I shot on the ground. And that's a really cool feature and doesn't cost any extra arrows. It just does that, and it's super awesome because you do have a chance of killing your enemies if you miss them. So that is pretty much it, guys. I could go ahead and head on over into game mode survival to test this out properly. That way I can see how much damage it actually does. So let's go ahead and go into game mode survival, shoot a bunch of these down onto the ground, and just stand in the middle and see the damage that I take. So there you go, guys. As you can see, it's doing quite a lot of damage to me. Even though I'm standing in the middle, I did not die, but it's still pretty neat nonetheless. So the last weapon is going to be a lot of TNT, and the name pretty much says it all, but it looks even crazier when you see it for yourselves. So let's go ahead and test this out. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn down this weapon right over here, and it should go ahead and start spawning in a bunch of TNT, much like the bacteria mod, and it just spreads endlessly until it gets into a big cluster and then explodes and does a ton of destruction onto the map. As you can see, it is basically destroying everything in this one area, and that is just one of the weapon doing as much damage of 9 of our, rocket boxes that we did before. So that is really awesome, and we could go ahead and spawn down maybe 10 or 20 of these and see how much damage they could actually do. So let's go ahead and do that. Spawn down a lot of TNT, and this is going to be really insane, guys. So let's just back up over here just in case, because we don't want to lag out. And as you can see, it's definitely building up a huge amount of TNTs right there, and this is going to be like a really insane weapon to grief maps. But oh my god, look at all that TNT flying in every direction. That is so freaking crazy. It's basically doing the maximum amount of destruction that it can, and even the air is exploding. Oh my god, that is so crazy. Holy crap. Okay, so it's done. Alright, so as you can see, a very huge blast radius. It did a ton of damage to the map, and not as much in the ground, but a lot in the air, which is kind of the downside because it shoots all of the TNT up. I want to try this again, but this time in the forest, where we can get a lot of visual damage. So let's go ahead and do that by placing down a lot of this TNT in a row, and hopefully it doesn't lag out our game. Alright, so that is the explosion going off. As you can see, it is doing a lot of lag, but it is also doing a lot of destruction, which I wanted to happen. And oh my gosh, and there you go, a gigantic crater in the middle of the forest. I am definitely satisfied. I hope you guys are too. If you guys enjoyed this, please take 1 second to smack the like button. I definitely appreciate it, as well as don't forget to leave a comment down below. Tell me if you liked the video, because I of course want to do more of it if you guys like it. Anyways, this was Twist, and I'll see you all later.